Hello.
Hello. Sunday again.
Sunday again, 7 p.m.
Yep.
We're back.
And we're back. Yeah, it didn't seem that long ago. It always seems to come around quick.
Yeah. It's a nice way to end the weekend, though.
Yeah, it's a nice way to round up the week and get a new week started.
And catch up with things.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, news, there is no news. Well, but... Right, I'm just going to... Will's Workshop saying a lot of echo. That's apparently StreamYard are having audio problems at the moment. So
yeah,
that's what it might be.
Whose end is it on? Is it on my end or your end?
Yeah, I'm just waiting. D says sound good here. Just double checking this. Sounds okay in the Midlands. Right, so I think it's just in certain, must be in certain areas. I don't know.
Okay.
So, yeah. There's been moaning.
Yes. Yeah. Of the Dalek build. So everyone got their latest subscription and some people got... So it reverts to the free gift that was sent out. And it was the mug. So on the website, it does show you a Dalek blueprint mug.
Yeah.
But some people got a TARDIS mug. Now, a lot of people obviously didn't read the small print because in the small print, straight underneath where it says item may vary.
Well, it says images not to scale. Items may vary. Subscription gifts only available to customers starting their subscriptions with issues 1, 2, 3, or 4. Offer ends 31st of March 2025. Subject to change and availability.
There you go. So yeah, because you got a TARDIS one, it doesn't mean anything. You still got a free mug. It's not a big issue, but some people thought it was. But this is why I say it's always best to check the small print.
Yeah.
On everything, because I work for a union, so it's always worth checking on your employee small print and small print everywhere. You know, everyone says about it, but we do click. I mean, I'm for that as well. You know, when the terms and conditions come up, I click it away. Yeah, accept it straight away. You should really read it because there'll be quite a few things in certain things. But yeah, it's always good to read the small print. And that's a perfect example.
So, I mean, well, actually, I wouldn't say it's in small. It is in quite large print, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's quite. Yeah, I was going to say it's quite big on the web page. It's not unnoticeable, but I think most people thought that that's what they were going to get. Most cases, you would get what it's shown, but on this occasion, some people got the Dalek one, and some people got the TARDIS one.
Yeah.
So that just shows me that it's like search to availability or something like that. So they obviously ran out the Dalek ones and then done the TARDIS ones.
Yeah. Or like I said, they required Eagle Moss stock because that looks very familiar to an Eagle Moss thing. And that's what they're replacing them with. Yeah.
It could be a matter of things. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Eagle Moss did those mugs. So it makes sense.
Too, so, but... the other news is it looks like Fan Home are catching up and getting things sent out. So
I've had payment taken for the next pack of the Enterprise build, which I don't think I have since March. And I did get an email saying I wouldn't get one until September, and it is July. So fingers crossed, it all runs perfect. But yeah, my next one has been paid for. I just got to wait for it to be sent out. So it'll be here in a couple of weeks, I think.
So you'll be having an Enterprise marathon?
Well, no, because it's just the one pack. I'm waiting for the 6 last packs. I've got one coming. And then I think it's every 28 days, I think, they send out another one.
Right.
So I will get charged again at the end of this month, beginning of next. And the next pack.
It's good to catching up because I've heard the Gauntlet as well. People are going to finally get the last packs of the Gauntlet. And that means also the missing issues that were there, apart from one wasn't a missing issue, so they're sending out a gift instead.
Yeah, and I also saw people posting that they were getting their Iron Man, because some people had been waiting for the last couple of issues of the Iron Man builds as well.
Yeah.
And they've been sent out. So it does look like that the backlog is slightly filtering through, which is really good, because they said to us like August, September, and we're in July.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing for them. It means they're starting to get the stuff in. So
it is good. Should it have happened? No. But okay, it's getting resolved, and there is a bit of hope on the horizon that people will get the missing parts that they need to finish their builds. But
yeah, that's the important thing.
It is the important thing, but it just so much reminds me of a company we mentioned not so long ago.
Yeah.
But if it needs to finish the build finally, yeah. But I don't know what that is for the USA, though. I don't know.
Yeah, I've only seen the stuff for the UK. But yeah, I think the US was slightly different anyway. So I don't really know at their end, but
no,
it's a good sign. It's a good sign it's happening. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah, it is. That must have been one massive order, though.
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's a lot of their back order stuff. So there's a lot on there, I think.
Yeah.
So it's good that it's coming through early, and then hopefully we can get all this finished with no more delays.
Yeah. Well, I touch wood. I haven't really had any problems with the 3 builds I do with Fan Home. So
yeah,
everything's more or less going really good for me.
Cool.
But
yeah. The Enterprise one is the only one that's sort of been postponed. Everything else has been pretty spot on. So
yeah, definitely. Okay, right. Well, we'll start going through some chat and see what people are saying. Because there's not much to report tonight.
No.
Okay, so yesterday at 1:39 in the afternoon, we've got Kevin and Mary who says afternoon from sunny Gran Canaria.
Afternoon.
So, hope you're enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
And then we've got D. Harris at 27 minutes past 4 yesterday, saying a very good evening, Mark and Kev. So good evening, D.
Hi, D.
Okay, and then we've got Flip Dip, who says, I know this is from, but it's in 1982, a crack commando unit were sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade to the Los Angeles underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the A-Team. Yes, I'm binge watching. Box set from start to finish.
Brilliant.
So, there we go. Right. Okay. So next in, we've got Will's Workshop, who says evening all on Mark's side. So evening, Will. And then he's a good evening all on Kev's side. Don't forget to hit those likes.
Cheers, Will. Yeah. Thumbs up.
Andy Carroll is in next, who says afternoon, Mark and Kev. Hope you guys had a fantastic week. Hello to all in chat. Don't forget the like, share, and subscribe. Let's have a great time. Thank you, Andy, and welcome.
Cheers, Andy. Brilliant.
We've got David Phillips in, who says, good evening, everyone. Good evening, David. Welcome.
Hi, David.
And then we've got Ian Campbell, who says a very good Sunday evening also. Evening, Ian.
Hi, Ian.
Then we've got Lee Gibbon, who is evening, my lords. Hope you all had great weeks. Looking forward to Kev Dalek build this week. Can't wait to see Kev struggle with the pipe work in issue 26, LOL.
Well, I've done pipe work on engine bays in cars, and so I shouldn't. They're a little bit bigger, so hopefully I won't have any problems, but you never know.
Yeah. We've got Dave Matt Builds in, who says, good evening, young Mark and Kev. It's that time again. How the weeks are flying by. Have a great stream tonight. Thank you, Dave Mack, and welcome.
Yes, Dave.
And then we've got Ian Channel Hopping, who says a very good Sunday evening all.
Hi, Ian.
And then we've got Lee Gibbon, who says, he's channel hopping as well. So
yep.
There we go. And then we've got Amber M, who says, hi all, happy Sunday. So hi, Amber M.
Hi, Amber.
And then we've got Horlicks in who says, good evening all. Good evening, Horlicks. Welcome.
Hi, Willie.
Hope you are, hope you're feeling better. And then we've got Kevin and Mary again who says, evening everyone, back home in sunny South Wales.
Oh, so you were in, yeah.
You travelled home quickly.
I was going to say, yeah.
Then we've got the sound comment. So Will's Workshop says a lot of echo. He says, sounds like a WWE announcement, LOL. D says, sound good here. We've got Dash replied, Howard in, who says, good day, everyone. Hiya, Howard, welcome.
Hi, Howard.
Then Ian Campbell says, sounds okay in the Midlands. Kevin and Mary says, sounds okay here. Will's Workshop says, seems okay now, maybe a glitch. Yeah, StreamYard is having problems with audio, but it's been going on for a few days now, I understand. So,
right.
So hopefully they'll fix the problem. Howard says, I don't hear any echo. And Lee Gibbons says, free gift was a bloody con, LOL.
It's a free gift. I won't worry about it.
I mean, okay, it's not a Dalek blueprint mug, but it is Doctor Who related. But
yeah,
I'm not a Doctor Who fan or anything, so I don't know where I'd sit on the fence with that one.
Yeah, for me, it's just the mug, and I'll be happy if I got anything. To be fair.
Yeah. So, but you don't get them, Kev, because you get yours from the shop.
No, that's right. No, but if I did get them, it's a free gift. It would go in the cupboard with the rest of them.
Well, I've got to ask, how many people out there get the free gift mugs and actually drink a coffee out of them or a cup of tea or something?
No, I do drink out of my Star Trek one that I got with the Enterprise build. Oh
yeah,
and there's probably one or two that I drink out of, but not many. It's they sort of just go into the old cupboard.
A lot of mine are on display up there, but yeah. We've got Ian's World of Models in, who says, evening, Mark and Kev, and all in chat.
Hi, Ian.
And then Ian says, the usual cop-out, small print. Yeah, we've seen it before, though, because remember what the advertised screw box was for the Enterprise D?
Yeah.
And what do we get? And the loom band box.
Yeah, that's effectively what it is. But it's the same. It's always worth checking the small print. It does normally say it straight underneath it.
Yeah.
Because it says it even on the part works as well. So when you watch it on the TV or there's a commercial, it will say that parts may vary. Color and God knows what else. So they cover all their bases basically.
They did it with a camper van. They advertised a screw box that looked nothing like what they advertised.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of some others where they didn't deliver what they should have delivered. Well, what they showed delivering. Trying to think, but yeah, it's kind of what they have in, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it depends on what they've got. It says may vary. So even though it says a mug, you could end up with a key ring or a pen or something.
What I would love to know is those that when you sign up for it straight away and they say sign up now and get this free gift, does anybody ever actually get them free gifts? Because I signed up for the Rossi straight away and I never got what they were offering as an early offer.
I did. I got the. Did you get the backpack
for the Optimus Prime?
Yes, because that was an early gift one.
Yes,
that was an early gift.
Right.
But I can't remember what else. I'm pretty sure other stuff I've gotten where it's had a free gift for an early subscribe. But what you don't tend to get it very early.
No.
I think they've had. Wasn't one of them a speaker for Iron Man? I think it was.
They normally do the speakers for PayPal customers, don't they?
I think they did. I think they did a speaker for one of them. I'm sure. I may be way off, but yeah. These early gift subscription things are new. Anyway, I never used to do that years ago. It's a sort of a new thing that they've done. Same with the PayPal as well. If you pay with PayPal, you also get an exclusive gift as well, don't you?
Yeah. So
I don't really know why they do that. It must be a tax thing, I reckon.
Possibly.
Could be.
Howard says, "Heck, I buy the mugs just to get the model. I'm starting my backpack mug T-shirt collection." You were quite a few after a while. Even though there's not a lot now that actually give out T-shirts as free gifts.
Yeah, it's normally you always get a mug and posters. If you noticed, every single build I think that's come out through Fan Home, especially,
yeah,
has always come. Their first gift, always 100%, it's free posters.
Yeah. So.
I don't know why that is, but yeah, they always do the free posters and stuff. So
yeah. D says TARDIS mug or Dalek mug still Doctor Who.
Yep, it is indeed.
Yeah. Ian says Eagle Moss has small print. You may or may not finish your build. Yeah, I think they copied that off Model Space as well. Because I think Model Space went before Eagle Moss.
Yeah, Model Space had a rebranding, didn't it? It sort of still exists, but not, if you know what I mean.
It's still.
Well, you do. I think the Model Space forum is still operating.
Yes.
So it still exists in some form.
Yeah. Steve131 says you always need a microscope for small print.
Well, it's quite, like you said, it's quite big. It's not noticeable, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because I found it pretty quick. It was on the site. I'm trying to see if I can pull it up. Actually, it does actually say it though. But yeah.
Okay. Ian's World of Models says I got a TARDIS keyring earlier as well. So does happen.
So there's the small print.
Right.
And it's in the same font. It's even in the same sort of big style. But there it says item may vary. So
yeah. Howard says, no, that just means people need to learn to read. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think what happens is we get all caught up in it, and then we don't go back to it. No.
You know what I think it is? I think it is we are so excited to sign up to the model, we don't bother reading the small print.
No.
We are that like, I want it. And only when we go back do we think, I've just signed up for premium. I didn't even know what was coming with premium.
Yeah, I've had that in the groups where someone said, why is my price so much? And then they've realised they've got the premium one. I've also seen people say that the price, when they have a price increase, and they say, why are they doing a price increase? It doesn't say it on the website. It does. It says price may be increased at some point, or price may vary, or whatever. So it does. They're quite good. They do cover their base. So it's always good to read.
Alfred, I'm sorry if I don't do that last name, but he says, where are you going to put the Enterprise?
When it's finished, I'm still gonna hang it above the TV. That is the plan. And I've got the stand from Ian. So the plan is still to have it above the TV. Yeah. What about you?
Either above the TV or I don't know. I want it because I spend a lot of time in here.
Yeah.
I'd love to find somewhere in here for it to go. So
right.
Because also I'm what do you call it? I'm doing a light mod on mine where I can power the from a power source.
Yeah.
The Enterprise D, because I've heard the circular batteries do not last long.
No.
So yeah, rather have it mains powered so that we can
Have it on.
Have it on longer than a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Okay. D says, Mark, how's your son healing up? He's doing good, actually. His stitches are out and it's all healed now. The scab is starting to fall off and stuff. So yeah, it's he's doing all right now. A lot better than he was. Howard says, neighbour's wife bought him a wooden car with wooden wheels, wooden doors, wooden seats, wooden steering wheel, and wooden engine and a wooden key, but it wouldn't start.
Right.
Yeah, I like that one. James Alexander's in saying, evening all. Good evening, James. Welcome.
Hi, James.
And then we've got David Hawley who says, a very good evening, guys. How are we this week? I'm good. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah.
Nice. It's good now. The weather's cooled down a little bit and it's breathable.
Oh, well, it's supposed to get hotter, isn't it, next week? Or this week, into the end of this week. It's supposed to get even warmer than it was last week.
Yeah.
And it was bad last week's.
We'll see.
It's very warm. Yeah.
We'll see. The thing about it is I keep looking at air conditioning units thinking, do I buy one? Do I buy one? And by the time I bought one, it'd be winter again. And I'll be like, wow, I'm glad I didn't buy that air conditioning unit. So we've got Steve Edmonds in who says, hello all. Hello, Steve. Welcome.
Steve, welcome.
And then Howard asks, what was the post you had of the Back to the Future train, Kev?
That is a model that's coming out that they're doing for the 40th anniversary. I think it's around this size. Some people said it's a part work, and I don't think it is.
No, it is.
No, it's just a statue sort of model that they're bringing out.
Yeah.
But it's all to do with the 40th anniversary. Apparently, there's going to be quite a lot of stuff coming out for the 40th anniversary, which is this year.
Mm.
So I would keep an eye out on things because you might see other stuff coming back. Because the DeLorean at the moment isn't on the Fan Home website.
No.
But if they could tie that in with the 40th anniversary, they might generate some sales.
So many times about things that they could tie it in with something and they never do.
No, they sort of missed the butt. So I'm hoping that they try and do that.
I don't know if they'll bring back the DeLorean. I really don't.
Yeah, we spoke about it before, didn't we? And we were not too sure.
It's been out so long now, and I think those who built it wanted to build it and built it.
Yeah, it's one of those builds that's sort of stood the end of time, isn't it? It's always been available.
I mean, you look at the Route Master, that's going to be finishing soon. You won't be able to get hold of that anymore. Agora have said once it's out of stock with them, it's gone. IXO won't be doing any more of it once all the stock's gone. So
I think Hachette as well. They're getting rid of all the Bismarck Route Master, and
they got rid of Hachette already.
And Stobart.
Yeah,
Bismarck and Stobart. They're getting rid of all of their issues, and once they're gone, they're gone. You'll never be able to get them again. So. I
can't see the DeLorean making a return.
No, but then, like I said, it would be quite good if they could, tie it in with the 40th anniversary. They might generate some sales from it, but I don't know.
I understand it would, but they've got to commit then to what, 3? Because if you do the extension, it's like 3.5 years.
Yeah.
They've got to then commit to 3.5 years to customers. Over an anniversary, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Steve 131 says, I pity the fool. And David Holly says, Kev, finished my tumbler build. Had a problem initially with the roof, but I sorted it now and all good and working perfectly.
Brilliant. That's what we want to hear. Yeah, brilliant.
Will's Workshop says, just editing the latest Mallard video. Tender has now got its first bit of paint, 6 stages to go.
So not long left.
You know what? I saw somebody was selling a full kit of the I've got my name now. The other one they did, the Flying Scotsman.
Scotsman.
On eBay.
Yeah.
Just one problem with it.
Right.
There was no instructions on magazines.
Ah. Hang on. Isn't there an online source for them?
No.
No? Damn.
No. I double checked because I thought, well, that's not bad, but can I get the instructions? And I searched and searched and searched. The only way to get the instructions is to find somebody that has built it before.
Right.
And also, they weren't sure if every part was there. It looked like it was, but they weren't sure. So it's obviously somewhere you didn't know anything about part works.
Right.
So, yeah, it was a kind of, should I, shouldn't I, do I risk it? And then I'm like, well, if I can't get the instructions for it, there really is no, Yeah,
it's difficult.
Yeah. But I did really look for the instructions and I couldn't find any online.
Yeah, because that came out pre-YouTube.
Yeah.
So before anyone started doing YouTube videos, that build came out. So
my son was 5 when that build came out, and he's now nearly 22.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Is an older build, but yeah, would have been nice if I could, but couldn't find them. Howard says apparently the Senna's Renault Formula One car is being re-released in the USA site. Yeah,
the Aaron Senna one. Yeah. Is it on the England site?
Is that the Lotus? Because that's the one that's now on Fan Home.
That's the one that's now on Fan Home. There, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's now on the Fan Home site because it was through D'Agostini originally.
Yeah.
But it's on pre-order on the UK site.
That was strange because that just appeared on Fan Home's website, and I'm thinking, what has that got to do with pop culture?
Yeah, it's not. Well, they did do the Senna movie, so maybe it was tied in with that. I don't know, but yeah, I was a bit surprised by it as well.
Why that turned up?
Yeah, well, it's on the Fan Home site. Yeah.
Yeah, very strange.
Yeah.
We've got Buckman's Model Mania in saying, "Hey, peoples, hi Buck, welcome."
Hi Buck, welcome.
And Kevin and Mary say, "Have you seen you can order the Red Bull RB19 again in the UK?" Yes,
you can. Yes, it's back up.
How long for?
No idea. That sold out incredibly quickly the first time round. So
yeah. David Hawley says, "Have reported my fix for this to Hachette to their tech guy, and they said they will pass this fix on to everyone affected."
Oh, brilliant.
So, yeah. Ian says, "I do with the Rossi 46 one, Mark, thanks." So, the build, yeah. Will's Workshop says, "Currently using my Power Rangers mug. I use them all in the workshop." Oh, so yeah, people do use them.
Yeah, you should use them. They should be used.
Well, I know, but you know what? We've got so many mugs. It's unbelievable.
Well, we had so many mugs. we took them to the charity shop, and we had loads. Do you remember the old? I'll tell you how old these were. Do you remember the old mugs you used to get when you had Easter eggs?
Yes.
We had loads of them.
Yeah.
Because we used to get them when the kids were little. And so we just kept the mugs, but we had loads of them. And we had loads of other mugs. We just got rid of all of them. And now we're starting slowly to get more again.
We really need to clear out because we've got some in a cupboard and then a load in storage. Why have we got mugs in storage?
Yeah, we've got like a cupboard with mugs and glasses in, but we had so many that we just had to get rid of loads. So yeah,
crazy. Buck says, "I use all the mugs at least occasionally." Okay,
brilliant.
I use the Star Trek one like you, but that's it. That's the only one
I tend to use 1 or 2 mugs. Like when you're having a cup of tea and that, don't you? You tend to just use the same one.
Yeah.
I don't really swap and change.
The reason I like using the Star Trek one is it keeps drinks hotter for longer.
It does, yeah. It's like a thermal one. It's a thermal one, isn't it? Yeah, it's a good one. That's why I use it.
Steve Edmonds says, I do use my gift mugs. The things I don't like are the tin plate artwork. I don't mind the tin plates, actually.
Yeah, they're all right. The tin plate ones. It's the posters. I've got so many posters for builds that I don't think I'm going to use them. So
I got all my tin plates on a wall just there, as well as all of Ian's blueprints.
I've got Ian's blueprints. They're with the builds, but I've got a lot in the old box still.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're the first thing I see when I enter the room and the last thing I see when I exit the room. So,
brilliant.
Yeah. Stephen31 says, I drank out of Tiger Tank mug from Bovington Tank Museum. Well.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. Will's Workshop says, could imagine an advert for an Airwolf and they actually supply a Mr. Bean Mini, LOL.
They could do. They could do. It says. Yeah.
Yeah. Alfred says, who has the better builds, Marvel or DC? I'm not going to answer that one because I don't know enough about Marvel or DC. So you can
I don't know. That's a good one. I think DC have more builds out, but that's only because of the Batmobiles and stuff.
Yeah.
Marvel, I don't think there's Iron Man, Gauntlet.
Guardians of the Galaxy, if that comes out from a trial.
Yeah. I would expect there to be more Marvel stuff to come. So, but in terms of they're different. Everything they do different stuff. So it's difficult to sort of decide.
Yeah, I would say for me, but I'm not a big huge fan. Would be DC because that is just Transformers and Autobots all the way. So
yeah,
there we go. So yeah, for me it'd be DC, but that's because of the Optimus Prime we're building. Yeah. We've got Stephen Haynes Models in who says, hi Mark and Kev. Good evening, Stephen. Welcome.
Hi, Stephen.
And Lee Gibbons says, I've drunk out the Dalek mug, but not really a Doctor Who fan, just like the Daleks, LOL.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Bookman's Mulmany says, I've gotten a backpack with every build and I've started tossing them out. Well, you could give them to charity.
Yeah, you could give them to me. I like a bag.
Actually, I don't wear a backpack because of my arthritis in neck and spine, so I can't do. But when we went to Huntsville Comic Con, I said to my youngest, I said, oh, take the Transformers backpack. At least you'll look like you're fitting in. So the first time it's ever been used was at Comic Con because it fitted in. Yeah,
no, I use mine. It's somewhere. It's somewhere over here.
Yeah.
I do put a few bits in there.
Ian's World Model says, I always christen my mugs with a cup of tea at least once. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I would say I try and do that myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do. Like I said, I do have one or two mugs that are like my go-to ones that I don't tend to use any other ones.
Yeah. Bookman's Model Many says, and the Iron Man speaker I do use.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, I got the Bluetooth speaker with the Rossi and I ended up giving it to one of my sons because it's just something I've never used is the Bluetooth speaker. Yeah. And
I've got Bumblebee Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah.
That's my Bluetooth speaker in here.
And then he says, none of the T-shirts fit me. Well, no, because he never asked for your size.
No, they don't fit me neither. If you've seen me, I've put them on, but they're very tight.
Yeah. Ooh. And Kev, you've been dashed.
Oh.
He says, how's the Snoopy buildings and you doing the Lynch King?
Thank you very much.
I think we're going to have to after that.
Yeah. I want to do the Lynch King. We're going to see how that pans out. But yeah, there has been a few Snoopies. There is going to be a few Snoopy builds on the channel soon. So got quite a few to get through. Thank you for that, Dash.
There we go.
Howard, thank you.
Alfred says, don't forget the posters.
Yeah, they always do posters. I've still got my original blueprint. Do you remember when they did? I got 2 posters actually. Do you remember the Millennium Falcon?
Yes.
You had the 2 big blueprint posters. I've still got them.
Mine got lost in the move. I probably still got them, but they're in a box somewhere that I haven't opened. And you know when you move house,
Yeah,
put them in a box, and then you like, oh, just put that box in storage. They're probably somewhere like that. So
yeah, I've got all my posters in one place, and that's with them. And yeah.
If you watch my early videos before I changed it all around, I had all my Star Wars stuff in the background.
Yeah,
probably that, which is all in storage now.
Yeah, so it's probably with all that.
Yeah, but to get all that out and display it again, whew,
yeah,
I wouldn't have the room. Andy Carroll says, I signed up to Vader early bird, said I'd get a bust, but never arrived. I do collect Star Wars mugs though, have around 6 now.
Yeah, normally what happens when you do the early bird things, they normally come at like very towards the end.
Yeah.
They do that with the PayPal exclusive one as well. It normally comes in sort of like a random one, like pack 20 or pack 18 or something. It's quite far down the line.
Yeah.
So you probably still get it, Andy.
Alfred asked, how big are the posters?
Big. I don't know if I've got. Do you know? I'm trying to look around because originally up the top here I had the Knight Rider ones. I can't remember. I'll put them now.
I'd say about A3 size.
Yeah, they're much bigger than the A4 size.
Yeah, they're about A3 size, I'd say.
Yeah, I think they're a little bit smaller than A3. They might be A3. They might be. Yeah, you might be right. They are quite big.
But you see, a lot of people, you know, like Harshette and stuff, they like to throw in the hidden gifts that you have to pay for.
Yes. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, because you had the books, didn't you, with the Spitfire?
Lancaster.
The Lancaster, that's it, sorry.
Yeah, we got the books. We're still waiting for the final 2 editions of that, but yeah.
I was going to say, there's probably still more to come on that.
And yeah, you automatically opt in for them unless you actually have to physically ring them up and say, I don't want them.
Yeah, it does say that when you sign up as well. When you go through the sign-up process, it does say it in the small print once again. You automatically opt in for binders, or slipcases, and any specials and anything else that they got coming out or extra issues. Yeah, with the Dalek, the extra ones that they sent out recently were the tin plate posters, 3 of them.
Yes.
So yes, yeah, they do send out free stuff like well, ones you have to pay for, special issue.
I don't mind the tin plate posters because how do you hang yours?
Well, they've got I either screw them or just put a little nail just to hang them on.
Oh, there's an easier way than that. Command strips.
Yeah, even them. Yeah,
I use command strips to put mine up.
Yeah, I think my license plates have got the command strips on.
Yeah,
I've been up there for a while now, so I'm not too sure.
The easiest thing to do is just do the command strips to display them. Don't have to start drawing or anything or putting holes in your walls.
Yeah.
Book says, I wonder how much the price would drop if they didn't send the free items.
Nothing, because they're free.
Yeah, I don't think they'd send them. I don't think they'd. Yeah.
It wouldn't change the price. It's the same when they say, it's the same when they go, well, don't include the magazine, just include the instructions because I don't need the magazine. Yeah. Well, the magazine costs some pennies. Mm. So you wouldn't see any difference. In fact, the US, they get digital magazines now. So they actually get a physical magazine. Like, I'm pretty certain the price is still the same.
And I'm going to call out on this one. You can fit more than 20 issues in 20 magazines in a slipcase.
Yes, you can, yeah.
Why are they sending you a slipcase every 20 stages?
I think it's so you don't damage the magazines. There must be some reason behind it. It's probably so you don't bend or damage the mags.
Yeah, but when they're in the slipcases anyway, they can bend out.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I do. But then again, with the Enterprise build, you're going to be left with a lot of open space because when it finishes, it doesn't complete the binder.
Yeah.
You're left with a big gap in one of the binders.
Well, think about it. For those that subscribed right back from the beginning of this one, is you're not going to get a third binder, you're going to get a slipcase.
Yeah, you get slipcases now. That's right.
So you will have 2 binders and a slipcase.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went and bought an extra binder.
Yeah, you said. Yeah, you said you went and bought the extra ones. If that happens with me, I might have to do the same because I like them in the sort of binder thing.
Yeah. Ian's Wilder Model says, I got a speaker and a t-shirt with my Rossi bike.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I got the speaker and I got a t-shirt as well. So, yeah. I wouldn't wear I think I wore the t-shirt while I was doing the build, but honestly, I looked like a lamppost. It was that bright. You know what I mean? You could.
Yeah.
That would have been brilliant when we used to have power cuts.
Looks like the Norris racing helmet. It's all like a luminous green colour. Yeah.
With the kind of colour you put in your kids when you were younger, if you went away somewhere, so you could spot them easy enough.
Yeah, it looks like amoxicillin.
Yeah.
You remember that? A luminous yellow colour.
Yeah, oh God.
Amoxicillin. Yeah, you remember that stuff. Oh. Banana flavour.
Horlick says, unfortunately, still in pain. I think I'm with this for the long haul. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Will's Workshop said, I'd prefer the TARDIS mug. Should be able to get more tea in it. Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been a cup that was never ending.
Yeah. It's bigger on the inside.
Yeah. Ian's World of Model says, I got a t-shirt, speaker, and a cap with the Rossi bike build. So I got a t-shirt, a cap, a mug, and a speaker with it. And then the mug I gave to Ian Campbell.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I think the free gifts you normally get 4, don't you? 4 or 5. It's normally more than that.
Yeah. Holick says, we had that with the camper van. Due a nice toolbox and got a screw organizer. Meh was free, so I'll take it. Well, that's the thing, they are free gifts. So.
Yeah, they are free gifts. Yeah.
I wouldn't order a model just for the free gift.
No. This is what I've said before as well. You know, you don't get the Dalek just so you can get the mug.
No.
You sign up to get it. You know, if a free gift comes, it's brilliant. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's how I see it. You know, it's free, so
they are a nice addition, but normally they're not very expensively made. And
no, we did go through a phase where we were getting power banks. A lot of the builds came with power banks, and I was kind of like, who still uses power banks?
Yeah.
So
if I remember, free gifts was to entice you to subscribe and not go via the shops.
Yes, originally that's what the free gifts were. So the subscriber gifts were, if you subscribe, you also get these free gifts, but if you go to the newsagents, you don't get it.
Yeah.
So it was sort of like a little sort of entice for you to sign up, because it was like, I'll get a free gift if I sign up. Yeah. So now the free gifts are sort of irrelevant, really.
They're not really enticing anybody because
they're not. They don't need to. Don't need to do the free gifts anymore.
Well, you can hardly get them in the shops anymore. So
no. Yeah. If you can still buy it in the shops, I think have that as a little enticement to do it.
Yeah.
But if you can't get them in the newsagents, there's no point in offering free gifts. Did you get one with U96?
Yes, we got some little figures to put in it. We got a metal plaque, and we also got a book. Oh,
right, okay.
So Bookman's Model Mania says what they need to do is put in the disclaimer that the price will increase in Stage 8. It has on every Diag fan home build I've done.
I think the price increases anyway. That's just the standard practice. What happens anyway?
Yeah.
Normally you'd get a price increase every year. It's normally £1 or £2 if you're coming from the UK. It's just a standard thing. I think everything goes up in price every year. But yeah, I haven't. The one thing I haven't seen a price increase on, and that's the Enterprise build.
Right.
So I haven't seen a price increase. I've been doing that now for a long time now, and I haven't. The price has stayed the same the whole way through. It's never gone up.
Steve Edmonds says, I don't get the build for the free gifts. The only ones I want are the stand stroke wall mounts.
Yeah, you get one with the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
And obviously the Enterprise build as well.
Yeah.
But that's in one of the packs, isn't it? So.
And then he says, I have just had a thunderstorm go through. Oh, it's raining outside here.
Yeah, we've been having rain on and off where we are. So we're getting, obviously you can't hear it, but we're getting lots and lots of helicopters over here at the minute because they're all leaving Silverstone.
Yeah.
And when they leave Silverstone, they always come past where we live. So we get helicopters all day when Silverstone is on.
Wow.
Backwards and forwards.
Will's Workshop says, get an aircon unit. They are brilliant. Got one for the workshop.
They are very good. We've got one in the front room. It's got like a pot. Do you remember when you used to have a tumble dryer and you had to put the pipe out?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got our one's got one like that. It's got like an extractor pipe that goes out, pumps out all the hot air, and it's like obviously when you've got the aircon on in the car, it's just like pure cold. It's really good.
Yeah.
But don't fall asleep. Advice: don't fall asleep with it on, because I did that once and I woke up and my mouth was so dry because it just sucks all the moisture out the air. Right. When you fall asleep, you wake up, you go, you just can't talk because it just dries everything out.
Dehumidifier as well.
Yeah, it could happen with that as well. But yeah.
Ian says, I'm gonna take back the one Wayne has it in the workshop. LOL.
Long.
Yeah. Steve's smiling face. Will's Workshop said they missed the boat on the Ecto, so doubt they will do the DeLorean again. Yeah.
I think some of the old Eagle Moss builds are probably going to be the last. They've just re-released the Enterprise D build, haven't they? So
yeah,
that's still going.
Alfred says, how big should the 18 van be? 1/8 scale.
Yeah, it has to be in scale with other builds that we've had. So
1/8 scale.
Yeah.
Even though they are bringing out a lot of 1/6 scale, but definitely 1/8 scale.
Yeah, I couldn't see that being anything else because of how the size of it.
Yeah.
It'd have to be a decent size.
Book says Chris Larson used to do a Back to the Future train.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty certain there might be one in the future.
Yeah. Will's Workshop says, I could help you with the instruction for the Scotsman if you want it, Mark. Unfortunately, it's sold on eBay now, but yeah, it was something I was considering.
Another one will crop up, I'm sure.
Yeah. Steve131 says, at Mark's Modz, BA from the A-Team says, I pity the fool. Steve131 is putting his thumbs up. I'm having to read these now. D says, apart from ours, worst airport was going just outside Barcelona. I love the turbulence. So does JJ. David Hawley says, I have 6 mugs and I use them every day. Was good to replace the broken ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, hang on. James Alexander said you should do swap shop posters, cups, etc.
Yeah, you could do a swap shop. That's quite a good thing, actually. You could do a Facebook group for that.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, that.
And I've been dashed.
Oh.
I'm not sure the first super chat on Mark's side went through. Was asking if you were still thinking about doing Hello Kitty. No, I am not doing Hello Kitty.
Have you still got your little mascot? Is it still there? I can see it. I can see it.
It's not moved. It's staying there, but that's as much Hello Kitty as I'm going.
Someone needs to get him a big one. You know, the big ones you can't get in the hand.
I know. He says not starting this again, Howard. Thank you, Howard.
Yeah, brilliant, that is.
Howard says maybe he changed his mind, lol. No. D says no chance. And then Ian says, nice one, Howard. And then Will's Workshop says, Howard, thanks for Mark, Hello Kitty Fund, lol.
Yeah. How big can you get one? I know you can get one and build a bear or something. Get a big one.
Yeah. Ian says, Mark, I've got lots of blueprints left over. Not sure what to do with them. No acrylic cover. Any suggestions?
I don't know.
I don't know. Not sure on that one.
You could try selling them on the Facebook groups.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Yeah.
Just go in there and just say, look, I've got how many available.
Who wants one? Yeah, you know, they're priced at whatever and I can send them out. Yeah.
First come, first serve.
You'll be surprised.
Yeah. I would do that then, yeah. Just put them in.
Yeah.
Put them in, what do you call it, in the Facebook groups.
Yeah.
David Holly says, I think my best free gift of any build was with the U-96, the wonderful book all about the World War II history of the war in the Atlantic and the history of the U-96 and her crew. Yeah. So I haven't actually read my book yet because I don't like breaking the spines on books.
Right.
So I like to keep them as pristine as possible.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're a hardback book as well. So, yeah. Ian says, personally, I don't think they need to offer anything free. Folk would still buy. Yeah.
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 Yeah, I'd offer them in the Facebook group. Even on, I would go on to your Facebook group, Ian, and just mention them.
Yeah. Just say how many you've got of each and
yeah,
come first serve.
You'll be surprised.
Ian says, I'm in the age bracket whereby they try and get me to take funeral insurance and offer a free pen. I don't sign up because I need a pen. Yeah.
Yeah. Or a gift card. Wasn't it a gift card?
I've said this before. Wasn't it Sun Life when they said one of the free gifts was a sat nav? I thought if you got to that age and you don't know where you're going, there's something seriously wrong.
Yeah. It's always a free Parker pen, isn't it? A free Parker pen and a gift card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve Edmonds says 20 issues per slipcase makes it easy for them to work out how many cases are needed for each complete build.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking there's a reason why they do it, and I would imagine it's to average it out.
But like the Optimus Prime, we only get 115 issues. So how do you?
Yeah.
Work
well,
that
we
out?
didn't get a case with. That's why we didn't get any cases, probably.
That's.
But
true.
they did. But they did get they did get binders because it came with binders. I think they actually came with binders in France.
Yeah.
And I think you can even get them on the French newsstand.
Yeah.
Site.
Yeah. Howard says, thing is, we are now being charged $2 more per issue for the tariffs. So $4.95 plus 2 plus $1.95 for shipping and handling. As for magazine, Darth Vader and Iron Spider are coming with physical magazines versus others.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And then he also says, I just rather they slip more than 6 issues a month, forget the gifts and forget us the base instead of having a premium version. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I like having less issues It's just easier to sort of manage, if you know what I mean.
Alfred says, how much does each cost to build the Enterprise? Does it cost to build the Enterprise? Sorry.
What's it for? It's £48 a month.
For me, it's $49.99 a month, but I'm getting the premium base.
Yeah, I think mine's 47 something.
Yeah,
I remember rightly.
I pay extra for the base. So
let me just check that. But I then you obviously work it out. But I think because of the 47.96 it is
right.
So and that price doesn't actually change. So yeah.
But yeah, I'm paying extra because I've signed up for the premium.
Yeah, it's about £1,500. It worked out roughly around that.
It looks like the subscribers who subscribe from issue 1 with Fan Home are going to be the first people to see the premium base.
Yes, so you guys will be the first ones to see the premium gates. In fact, I believe you're the first guys to actually get it before it's going to be offered to anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see what comes.
Yeah, I'll be definitely putting that one up.
Yeah.
Steve131 says, gotta go. Night. Oh, good night, Steve. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you, mate.
We've got Chef Hawking who says, sorry late to arrive. Hello to all. Hiya, Chef Hawk.
Hi, Chef Hawk. Welcome.
David Hawley says, gonna say good night, Kevin, Mark. Cracking stream again, guys. Thank you so much. See you next week, guys. Thank you, David.
Cheers, David. See you next week.
D. Harris says, customary good night, Mark and Kev. Until next time, excellent show again. Thank you, D.
Cheers, D.
Will's Workshop says, Mallard has still been the best part work from magazine storage, proper ring binders. Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah. Andy Carroll says, well, getting to that time again, Kevin, Mark, going to do my tea. You guys stay safe. Great stream. See you all next Sunday. Bye. And bye all in chat. Night, guys. So night, Andy.
Cheers, Andy.
Dave McBillen says, been another great stream, guys. See you on the next one. Night, Dave Mac.
Good day.
And Kevin and Mary says, night all. Brilliant stream again. See you all next week. Thank you, Kevin and Mary. See you next week.
Kevin and Mary. See ya.
And that's all. Oh, hang on. Ian Campbell says, night all. Great stream. And I've done it 1 minute ago. I got to the bottom of the chat. That has been mental.
It's been very good tonight.
Yes, very good. Well, have you got anything coming up this week, Kev?
Yeah, there will be some Fast and Furious Skyline. We've decided to carry on with that. We've got a Batmobile and some other stuff. So there's definitely going to be stuff on the channel this week. So, yeah.
For me, normal videos, normal days, but I am going to be doing some videos on the Voyager as I'm doing it. So that might come out as a bonus through the week.
I can't wait for that.
I might do it on the Saturday because I've got nothing coming out on the Saturday, so I'll wait and see. So, guys, thank you, everybody, for your comments tonight. It's been a right good laugh. Thank you, Howard, for your super chats. Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you, Howard. That's brilliant. Thank you.
Guy. We'll be back same time, same place next week. Just leaves me to say, I've been Mark.
I've been Kev.
And we'll catch you all next week, guys. Remember,
guys.
The small print. Bye.